Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. I'm back to break down this 6-game NBA DFS slate on DraftKings. If you do enjoy the content at any point in this video, if you could leave a like on this video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell. Greatly appreciate the support I've gotten so far from you guys. We've reached up over 300 subscribers on the road to 400. One of the simplest things you can do to support me is just hit that subscribe button. It takes 2 seconds. It's free, and I do greatly appreciate it. I'll be here all NBA season long, breaking down these NBA DFS slates to help you become better NBA DFS players. If you are interested in some further content from me, some more advanced stuff to help you with your lineups, I do offer a package over here on Patreon. We get access to my premium NBA projections, my NBA data sheet, player stats, team stats, play context stats, core plays, injury impact insights, and NBA Discord chat access. So go ahead and check that out. I've been playing NBA DFS since 2016. I know what these other sites are about that offer subscriptions. They charge like $50, $60 a month. I've put together a package that offers all that stuff at a cheaper price. And I do offer some coaching as well. Brand new. If you're interested in getting some one-on-one coaching from me, you go ahead and just sign up. You'll be charged on sign up. We can set up a meet, Google Meet, Zoom. We'll work that out. Tell me your goals. I'll set up a one-on-one training with you, and we'll go over some ways on how you can reach some of those goals, through my experience. So if interested, go ahead and check that out. And with that being said, let's go ahead and start breaking down this slate today. So first game on the slate, Miami at Philadelphia. In Philadelphia, at the top, we have Joel Embiid. Again, a great play. It looks as if Ben Simmons and Tobias Harris could be back in this one. Going to have to keep an eye on that one. Simmons is expected to be back, and I believe Tobias Harris is expected to be back as well, but Shake Milton will continue to be out. But going to have to keep an eye on this stuff and confirm that this is all true, of course. But usage and rotations and all that stuff will be determined once we find out all the news on these guys. If Simmons and Tobias Harris continue to be out, Joel Embiid once again becomes a tremendous play at 970 because he's going to get all the usage in the world. I mean, the guy had 41.75 DraftKings points halfway through the third quarter last night. And never saw the floor again, so it was a little unfortunate. He was my lock of the night. If you haven't seen that segment, stay tuned to the end of the video where I'll give you my number one play of the night, lock of the night. But Embiid, I mean, he was well on his way. He had 41.75 DraftKings points at the beginning of the third quarter, and they just never saw the floor again, only 23 minutes. So what are you going to do? The blowout things just continue to happen this season. Bam Adebayo and Jimmy Butler are both out in this one for the Miami side, as well as Goran Dragic, so that's going to open up a bunch of usage once again. Tyler Hero becomes one of the best plays on the slate at 6'7". 44.25 DraftKings points last time out. We've seen what this guy's capable of. A very good shooter, and on DraftKings, with all the usage in the world that he's going to get in this one, he makes a lot of sense. Kelly Olynyk is questionable. If he's in, I'm going to love Kelly Olynyk as well. It looks like the latest update is saying that he's probable, so I'd expect him to go 38 DraftKings points last time. I think he can continue to do that. A very good three-point shooter for a big man, so I like Kelly Olynyk. Duncan Robinson makes a lot of sense at 4'8" as well. Once again, another great shooter. All these guys are pretty good sharpshooters, so on a site like DraftKings where you get that half-point bonus for that three-pointer, they all make a lot of sense. And then on the Philadelphia side, we could be looking to a Matthias again. And Isaiah Joe again, if all these guys are out. It's going to come down to if Tobias Harris is back and if Ben Simmons is back. And if these guys are back, I would expect them to be better plays than they typically were before, Ben Simmons and Tobias Harris and Joel Embiid, just because their depth is so low now. I don't know. I mean, if they're back, though, it comes down to just really Seth Curry and Shake Milton being out. So more so the guards, Ben Simmons, Tobias Harris. Joel Embiid becomes a lot less appealing. Not that he can't get you there. It's just the clear correlation, the clear bump will be to the guards. Same thing on the Miami side. With no Jimmy Butler, with no Kendrick Nunn, with no Avery Bradley, no Goran Dragic. It's all the guards. So Tyler Hero, as mentioned. Duncan Robinson, as mentioned. Andre Iguodala will become an interesting value play as well at 3-3. He could definitely get you there. 14 minutes last time out, 21 minutes time before. If he gets you up more towards 30 minutes, Andre Iguodala could smash that 3-3 price tag. So those are the guys I'd be looking to on the Miami side. Moving further along, Denver at Brooklyn. Nikola Jokic at the top at 11K, absolutely killing it this season. There's no over-under released yet. 1 point spread in favor of the Denver Nuggets was the latest spread released. Kyrie Irving, as far as his status is concerned, has already been ruled out, so that's going to make Kevin Durant a much better play. Similar to last time out, Kevin Durant at 9.4 I think is underpriced with no Kyrie Irving. I mean, if this guy was priced more in the 10K range, I'd have a harder time going to him just because they make it a little more difficult on you, but still priced in the 9K range with no Kyrie. He seems like an easy plug and play. Can easily exceed some salary expectations there. Nikola Jokic on the other side at 11K, makes a lot of sense. It's just he's priced up like literally what I was just talking about with Kevin Durant. That applies to Nikola Jokic. He's clearly can get there. He has 70 fantasy point upside every single time out, if not 80, if not 90, with his ability to rebound, pass, shoot, all the above. So I like him. It's just a matter of if we have the value plays to get to them to get to him when we're building our lineups. And I tend to think that we do with all that Miami and Philadelphia stuff, but I mean, we'll have to see as we're building our lineups later in the day. He makes a lot of sense. He's a great play. It's just you can't be forcing that price tag in there if there's really good plays, more of a mid-range price tag, like a Kevin Durant, like a Tyler Hero, who we discussed earlier, a little cheaper with some similar usage opportunities. So, Caris LeVert at 7.6 is the other guy you'll be looking to. These guys are 1A and 1B with no Kyrie. Caris LeVert put up 50 and 59 with no Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant came back. He only put up 35, but you got a price decrease that back down to 7.6, so he makes a lot of sense. Jamal Murray, a guy that I always love, especially with no Michael Porter Jr. out, as a tournament play on DraftKings, because if this guy gets hot from behind the arc, it's going to be game over for your opponents, especially if he's low-owned. 23 and 14 DraftKings points the last time out, has seen his price tag dip all the way to 6.9, which I love to see. We can jump on that price tag dip. And then, yeah, I mean, that's pretty much my appeal in this game. I mean, with no Kyrie, it's Kevin Durant, it's Caris LeVert. The rest of these guys are just kind of all rotation guys. I would be looking to a Jared Allen, who's been absolutely crushing this year at 6.5. He was starting to get priced up more towards the 7K range, and then he just got a price bump down, so I'd like to see that. Similar to, Caris LeVert, so I'd be looking there. Joe Harris can shoot the 3 at 5.4, so he makes sense. And then on the Denver side, a guy that's been getting a lot of minutes for his salary with no Michael Porter Jr. is PJ Dozier. But PJ Dozier's been priced down around like 3.2, and I was really liking him. Now he's 3.7. Not sure he has the upside to get you there anymore, unfortunately. I was hoping that they still kept that price tag down low because he was the guy I was targeting pretty consistently on the low end. So that's what I'd be looking to in that one. Continuing further along, Utah at Cleveland, 9-1, Andre Drummond. Andre Drummond, one of the best rebounders in the league, a guy you can always have interest in if the game stays close. It's a 9.5 point spread in favor of the Utah Jazz. So, not terrible for the Cleveland Cavaliers, honestly. It's single digits, a little on the higher end, but I expect them to be able to stick around long enough to where Andre Drummond might be able to do some damage. Rudy Gobert, a really good defender, but I don't really think that really concerns me with Andre Drummond just because really all I'm looking for in his matchups are centers that stay down low in the post and aren't going to wander out in the arc so that he's able to get those rebounds still. And that matchup does, that rule applies here with Rudy Gobert, his opponent, because both of these guys are low post centers, so that makes me like Andre Drummond a lot, and I definitely would be going there. As far as anyone else in this game, I don't expect this game to have the highest total on the slate. Obviously, we'll have to wait for the lines to come out, but everyone's priced pretty appropriately. Donovan Mitchell at 8.4, honest, his price tag just keeps going up, and in a pace like in this game, what I'm expecting, I wouldn't try to be going there. I wouldn't be going there, especially we have like Tyler Hero, as I mentioned earlier. We have guys in more usage-friendly spots. Mike Conley would be the guy I'm going to at 7.1, has 40, 50 DraftKings points upside, and he's a lot cheaper. So he'd be the one I'm looking to on their side. Colin Sexton continues to be ruled in the game and then scratched. So I would tend to think he's going to finally be back. But that's just annoying. Like, just rule the guy out if you're going to just rule him out. I don't know. That's just frustrating. Darius Garland, said he would remain out Monday, but now he is questionable. So it says that he will most likely miss this game as well. So I wouldn't expect him to be in. And yeah, I mean, honestly, not a lot of interest to go around in this one. I mean, Kevin Porter Jr., Dante Exum, Matthew Dellavedova continue to be out. So an Isaac Okoro at 3-4 makes some sense on the cheap end. Played 40 minutes last time out. He's just not a very good fantasy point per minute producer. I mean, the guy's playing 40 minutes and producing 21 DraftKings points, so that's not really all too impressive. And that was a pretty decent game from him. So I'd be looking more so to a Chetty Osman, who I'd continue to target with no Kevin Porter Jr., no Kevin Love, so he's getting a lot more usage. And then the final guy that I will mention is Jordan Clarkson off the bench for this Utah team in the six-man role. Well, I guess I have to mention two more guys, unfortunately, but he put up 40.5 DraftKings points last time out, and then the other guy I have to mention is Bojan Bogdanovic at 5-2 because he's getting a lot of opportunities when he gets hot from three, and he could definitely put up a big score for you. He's just an all-or-nothing play. And then Damian Dotson, if the Cleveland guards are continuing to be out, makes sense. 40 and 31 DraftKings points the last two times out. He's at 5K. We need those Cleveland guards to be out to be playing him, but he makes sense as well. Los Angeles Lakers at Houston. LeBron James is questionable. Anthony Davis is questionable. These guys are questionable every single game. I think that they're good to go. I don't think we got to worry about them being out. I'd expect them to be playing in this one. So, yeah, questionable, but I'm not counting it as a true questionable. John Wall, on the other hand, I'd be counting as a true questionable. He was unable to practice on Monday due to a migraine. So, and same rule applies for Eric Gordon, who's questionable. So, I don't know. I would tend to think if it was a migraine, he'd be good to go today. Some medicine, some rest, and he's good. But Eric Gordon, on the other hand, has an actual injury of lower leg tightness. So, who knows? If John Wall's out, of course, that would make James Harden become a much better play. We finally get to play some James Harden, who has been seeing his usage decrease a lot with John Wall in the rotation. So I would like James Harden a lot. If Eric Gordon's out, that would give me some more appeal to a guy like a Christian Wood. Even though he's in the starting unit, he'd get more usage. So I'd like him. I would like DeMarcus Cousins a lot more off the bench if he's able to get some solid minutes. I think the same thing would apply for him with a usage bump, a little bit of a revenge narrative, playing in his former team. I believe he got ejected. Yeah, he got ejected on Sunday. He played 8 minutes and then got thrown out of the game. So that didn't help his case as far as his fantasy production. So that's kind of always a risk you have with DeMarcus Cousins. Very good fantasy point producer, but he's good at getting himself thrown out of games. So buyer beware on that one. But yeah, I mean, I think, on the Lakers side, it's the same candidates as it always is. It's LeBron and Anthony Davis. There's no Kentavious Caldwell-Pope and no Wesley Matthews, because Kentavious Caldwell-Pope is questionable right now. Wesley Matthews looks to be, KCP looks to be probable. So scratch that. Once again, DraftKings have a lot of questionables that are actually probable. So that's pretty much, who I'm looking to in this one. Nothing else really. That Houston news is big time because if John Wall's out, that's going to make James Harden a much better play. And then I should mention on the Los Angeles Lakers side, I would prefer LeBron James over Anthony Davis. Just usage, assist rate, similar price tags. I would go LeBron over AD if I'm picking one. San Antonio at Oklahoma City. Right now, this game comes in with a 217.5 over under. 1.5 point favorites are the San Antonio Spurs, who are expected to be without DeMar DeRozan once again. He'll be out, so that's going to give a big bump up to these other Spurs guys in a DeJounte Murray, in a LaMarcus Aldridge, in a Keldon Johnson, in a Lonnie Walker. So all these guys become more appealing to me. Right down the list, honestly, all those guys. Those main four are the ones I'd be looking to. DeJounte Murray last time out only put up 24 DraftKings points. I'd expect that to change this time around after putting up 38, 32, 51. That's just an off game for him. I wouldn't be scared off playing him. He's been very good this year. LaMarcus Aldridge at 6'3", put up 38.75 DraftKings points last time and actually saw his price tag decrease. So I would like him. I would definitely like Keldon Johnson at 6'2", who had a rough go last time out, but has been very good. 37 DraftKings points the time before, 12 the time before, 31, 36, 48 right in a row. So expect him to get more up towards the 40-point range in this one, in my opinion. Lonnie Walker at 5'4", I like. He had a big performance last time out, putting up 39 DraftKings points. So yeah, I mean, those would be the guys I'm looking to. Rudy Gay, I think his minutes are a little too limited for my liking right now in this rotation. They're choosing to give the young guys more minutes. This guy's getting like 18, 20 minutes a game. Not really trying to go there. Trey Lyles got the start last time out at a 3K salary. This time he got bumped to the 3-3. He played 35 minutes, put up 20.5 DraftKings points. If he's getting the start, I'd have interest again. I think he has much more room for upside than just 20 if he's playing 40 minutes, so I'd like him. And then on the OKC side, they're pretty obvious candidates. It's Shai Gilgeous-Alexander putting up 50, 51, 55 DraftKings points the last 3 times out. He's priced up to 8K, but he can still get there at that price tag. Only problem is he's going to have to take on the likes of DeJounte Murray defense. Same rule applies for DeJounte Murray, though. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, a pretty good defender, so they'll be going back and forth. But with their usage and their assist rates and everything in the offense, I tend to like these guys. Darius Bazley, 33 minutes, 23 minutes the last 2 times out. He was putting up 35, 43, and 41 DraftKings points the time before. I tend to think he can get back on track on this one. His price tag started to decrease, so I like that. And then the last 2 guys I'd mention are Al Horford and Shaq Diallo. Or not Shaq Diallo. First, Al Horford, 38.5 DraftKings points last time out at 5,500. I continue to like him with his usage. And then Shaq Diallo is not the guy. He's old news. It's Hamidou Diallo, who has 43 and 43 DraftKings points the last 2 times out. This guy's a very good shooter, very good fantasy point per minute producer. So I would like him as well if I'm going to the guy on the Oklahoma City side. Last game on the slate, Indiana at Golden State at 10:30. Steph Curry at the top, a great play at 9-8. Right now, this game, as far as Vegas is concerned, doesn't come in with a total, has a 2-point spread in favor of the Golden State Warriors, which is a little strange in my opinion. I'm not exactly sure why the Warriors would be favored in this one. I guess Victor Oladipo is questionable, but yeah, I don't know. Anyways, that's the case right now. We'll have to keep an eye on those Vegas lines as they update, but regardless, it's expected to be a close game, which means I like Steph Curry a lot at 9-8. I think he has similar upside to a guy like a James Harden, who we discussed earlier in the video. I mean, if there's no John Wall, that changes, but if there is John Wall, James Harden, and Steph Curry probably have about the same upside, and their price completely different. So I like Stephen Curry a lot. Domantas Sabonis at 9-3 makes a lot of sense against this Golden State front court. I mean, you can argue that Draymond Green's a tough matchup, but I don't really care when it comes to Sabonis. He can still get you there at 9-3. Doesn't concern me. Malcolm Brogdon obviously would become a much better play if Victor Oladipo's out, but he's a good play as is, consistently putting up mid-40s to 50 DraftKings points. Problem is he's up to 8-6, so going to have a hard time going there unless Oladipo's out. But if Oladipo's out, then it's like we can deal with it. Even though he's priced up, he still will be underpriced. Granted the usage. And then Justin Holiday, Aaron Holiday would get big usage bumps as well. So I'd be looking at those guys on the value end. Aaron Holiday only 3-3 would make a lot of sense as a value play if Victor Oladipo misses this one. And then Dougie McBuckets at 3-9. Doug McDermott, a guy that would make a lot of sense as well, getting some more wing minutes. Put up 30 minutes last time out, 31 DraftKings points, so I'd be looking there as well. Those 3 guys make sense as a value plays if there is no Victor Oladipo in this one. Other guys on the Golden State side I'd be having interest in, honestly, not a whole lot. Draymond Green at 5'6" makes sense. He has a lot of upside if he's able to get some minutes. Put up 39 DraftKings points last time out. I could see something similar in this one. Has legitimate triple-double upside every time he takes the floor, so if we continue to see some decent minutes out of him. Andrew Wiggins at 6'3", the other guy I'd be looking to, but he seems pretty capped out with his upside, honestly. I wouldn't really want to be going there. Kelly Oubre at 5'3", same thing. These guys are just getting kind of their minutes spread around in the rotation. Not really trying to go there. It's really Steph Curry. That's all. So that's my overall breakdown on this one. Before I let you guys go, I have to give you my lock of the night. Let's get into it. And And my lock of the night tonight is going to be Kevin Durant taking on this Denver squad. Not exactly the best matchup, however, we know Kyrie Irving is out, and we know this is Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant's team. So that means when one of those guys is out, if the other guy isn't priced, to the point where we can't play him, we're going to be playing him probably all season long. No Kyrie Irving in this one. I love Kevin Durant at this 9-4 price tag. Fills in the power forward position for you. An elite guy, a power forward position where we can't always just punch in a guy like a Kevin Durant there. The versatility, the ability to shoot the three, the ability to get to the rim, the ability to pass, all of the above. Plug it in the power forward spot. Feel real confident about that at the 9-4 price tag. I absolutely love Kevin Durant tonight. No surprise, but make sure you get him in your lineups because he is my lock of the night. So there you have it, guys. Get Kevin Durant in those lineups. That's all for me in this one. If you enjoyed the content, if you could leave a like on this video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, that would be greatly appreciated. And then go ahead and leave some of your favorite plays down below in the comment section. Love to hear it. Who's your lock of the night? I'd love to hear if there's someone else that you're really liking. Go ahead and call your lock of the night. I'm all ears. Wish you all the best of luck in this one. If you're interested in my Patreon package, link below in the description as well. That's all for me. Good luck, guys, and we will see you in the next one.